Welcome to a new episode of the MVP Podcast. We talk hustle, business, content creation, athletics, and entrepreneurship.
Every day I'm hustling.
The MVP Podcast,
Let's go,
starts now.
Most of the time, anyway. Not that we go over, but yeah. Sweet. Episode 17. Ben Tenuta Productions. Kind of crazy. I don't even know if this is episode 17 actually, because we got so many in the bank that it's just like we're just assigning numbers, and we skipped 14 along the way too. But welcome to the show. We appreciate you coming over. At least it's not too far a drive from Point Park.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. Of course. I mean, I really appreciate it.
We're excited to learn more about you. We also got Joey Bova here. You can't see him right now.
He's back there scheming.
He's here. He's running the show, executive producer.
He is.
So I guess we'll just dive right in and kind of talk about what you're currently doing as far as like education, and then also with your career in photography and videography with KDK and your own brand and everything like that.
Yeah. So I'm the multimedia production coordinator at Odyssey Pittsburgh, which is owned by KDK Radio, 93.7 The Fan, 100.7 Star, Whammo, and Y108. I almost forgot them. So I do a lot. I do all their multimedia work, but specifically with KDK and the high school football stuff, basketball stuff too, and then of course with the Fan. So they've let me do some really cool stuff this past year.
Oh yeah,
you got a ton of projects there, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
football,
really consistent with the football and the basketball stuff.
Yeah.
With the high school stuff especially, and especially me doing stuff on my own as well. Mm-hmm. Plus schoolwork. It's a lot, but
yeah,
it's worth it at the end of the day, I think.
You have some late nights then?
Oh, really late nights. Early mornings mostly.
Nights and early mornings.
Usually on Fridays, like I'll film the games and then I'll work on stuff early in the morning the next day. Some people think I like stay up all night. Like, no, I crash and I wake up and then I just work on it. But when I first started, I used to just stay up and I'd be dead.
Yeah,
literally dead at 2 a.m. like editing a video. It's not worth it. Just go to bed and work on it early in the morning.
That's basketball one you just did was pretty big.
Appreciate it,
Steel Valley and seeing LaSalle one.
Oh, yeah. That was a great game. The atmosphere was awesome, and Pat Narduzzi was there to see Cruz Brookins. It was a good game.
That kid's pretty good.
Cruz and Mackay.
Both of them.
Valentine just dropped 63
last
Friday, which is insane. I mean, he's a great athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm really, curious to see what he's going to do after high school season.
Right. It would be interesting to see where he goes and ends up.
You like filming football or basketball better? You got a favorite of the two?
It's got to be football. I'm a huge football guy. I played football in high school, and I mean, it's just been my sport since I was little. I used to watch NFL films like in my grandparents' basement, like all day, like literally all day. I just sit there and just watch like old NFL films. Hidden Treasures, that's what the series was called, with like Steve Sapol and Ed Sapol, and they would just talk about football stuff, and I just would eat it up.
There's so much good content in there. Did you see the from the Christmas Eve game at the Steelers? They used one of the old cameras that originally filmed the.
No, I didn't see that.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
They just put it out like last week. It's on Twitter somewhere. You should go watch it. It's like a 10-minute little video.
That'd be awesome.
It shows like the footage they got with like this old-fashioned thing, and it's crazy.
That's what a lot of rappers are doing now too, with
that,
like the
vintage,
old. Drake just did his new music video with the I forget. It was like a super old like camcorder, and I'm like, this is unreal. It was cool though. I liked it.
It's funny, the other day, last Friday at the basketball game I was shooting at, I brought a film camera for photography, and because me and Bova, actually, he's producing the show. We were both in a photography class for non-majors, because it's not technically my major, and we have a assignment on doing a film camera project. And I decided to just bring the film camera and just start shooting with it. So I was shooting at the game with this film camera, and Malik Thomas from Lincoln Park was like, does that take good pictures? And I was like, honestly, I don't know how they're coming out, but I'll let you know in like a month or two when I finally get the film. Because it's going to take a while.
Yeah, you just kind of got to shoot and pray and hope for the best, honestly. But you can get some crazy results with it.
Yeah.
That's a process, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to do it, but
that's awesome.
That's good, at least. So take us through how like the relationship with KDK formed, and like how they got the idea to kind of take this step and start focusing on social media, because it's not something we've seen a lot of other brands in the area or even like local news stations around the country really do yet.
Yeah, so they started doing high school football stuff like on the radio about like 3 or 4 years ago, and I wasn't there, of course, but they reached out to me, and it was actually like right when I started shooting football, and I probably shot only 2 football games before I even shot a football game for them. But Dan Zangrilli, he's our play-by-play commentator. He reached out to me my sophomore year of college, which was last season, and it was after week 0, and he said, hey, would you be interested in maybe potentially shooting some football games for us and then maybe putting some of the play-by-play audio on the videos that you make? And I was like, sure, like that's an awesome, that'd be a good experience to do, and it'd be a good experience because I'm still in college and stuff, and it'd be a good opportunity for me to meet some more people and learn from some professional people in the industry. So I said yeah, and I shot the game, and I just started shooting all the games for them. And at the time it was free, and then eventually at the end of the season they really liked my work, and they were talking about maybe doing some basketball, and they ended up saying, hey, would you be interested in doing full time, and we'll work around your college schedule, of course. And I said yeah, so it was a great opportunity, awesome. And just been doing it ever since last year. So just finished my second full football season, and in the works with basketball season right now.
No, it's been real impressive, and that's one of the things we were talking about with Dylan Kickler the other day, was how really like 3 or 4 years ago is when this like explosion of creators like showed up. And I was telling him how like every game I went to this season for football, I'd meet somebody new that was like trying to get after it and like do the same thing. And then you've had some crazy traction with TikTok and Instagram Reels, and like the numbers you get are just insane.
Oh, I mean, that's really all started like this past summer. Like, of course, I've always had TikTok, but I always thought it was kind of like, it's just TikTok. Like,
right.
Every time I post something, it doesn't do good. Mm-hmm. One day I posted, one time I just posted like a random football TikTok, and it did good, and I was like, maybe I can get some traction on here, just get some good, content, and I just started doing some more content on it, and it really grew. And it's like you said, the football stuff's been crazy, because when I was playing high school football, and I graduated in 2020, there wasn't people on the sidelines. Like when I was in the Whitfield Championship my senior year, and we didn't have anyone there. The only people that were there was the game on television and then the news, and that was it.
Yeah, and that was
down there.
Yeah, at the championship this year, there was like, I mean, probably wasn't actually 100, but it seemed like 100 different people.
There was a lot of more creators this year,
and just content everywhere. And so whoever made that decision was real smart to get everybody involved.
Yeah,
because they could have easily just been like, nah, we don't need it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the credentialing thing goes with the Whitfield, like who they let and not, but I think it's really cool to see a lot of the younger kids get involved as well, because I mean, they're in high school and they get to cover high school athletes, and their inspirations obviously the NFL and all the older people above them. So I mean, to be able to go and shoot in an NFL stadium and capture high school sports it's really cool for me to see.
It's a really cool experience for somebody that's young, and it benefits both parties too, because the athletes, they get really professional photos and videos out of it, and if they're lucky enough to have one of their videos go viral, it can change the whole game, get a lot of eyes on them, not just from this area, but the whole world. And that's what's crazy about TikTok. It's really like a patience and persistence type thing with that, because sometimes you just post stuff and nothing happens. Yeah. And then randomly you post something that you spend like 10 minutes on and just explodes.
And you can turn
through it. We're going through it, trying to get this thing off the ground, man. It's just like you
sometimes
said.
Just random things do really well.
It's so true.
I was like watching some of yours this fall, and that's when I posted that one TikTok with Luke Lawson with like the steam coming off his head, and it just randomly got like 800,000 in like 6 days.
Yeah, because like, people love that. People love that type of because everyone has a creative eye, and when they see something like that, they connect to it. Like I always think like if when I played football, steam would be always coming off me. Like it's just like a thing that you see, and then when you see it on TikTok, because you normally don't see it, like somebody usually would just pitch that clip, not use it, but it's so different that it's so unique. There's been a lot of clips that I posted that I thought were just like the most dumbest thing ever, and I just put a caption on it, and then like somebody would just make something out of like.
And then you get then it gets picked up by like Bleacher Report and ESPN, like some of those big.
Your
names.
one just
That's
blew
crazy.
up. The one of the NA scoreboard.
That was the most randomest video I've ever taken. It was with my phone too. I just was sitting there and I just like, this is actually crazy that they have a whole production like behind the scenes right now. And I just filmed the scoreboard and people. I mean, I guess I wasn't the only one that never seen that.
I never, dude, because I played football there my junior year, and they have the screen up on the football field. That's the replay one. And then whenever you posted that, I went, holy crap! They got that in their basketball gym too.
Yeah, and they said it's brand new. Like, they didn't do anything with it last year. Like, they had the scoreboard last year, but they just started doing the multicam replays. And I guess they have the girls basketball team play before their boys basketball game, so they can do that for the games. So it's really cool to see. They have 2 of them too. Like, I only had the one in the video. Yeah. And there's one on that.
There's double-sided.
Yeah, there's 2 sides. There's one on each side of the court. Yeah,
that's wild.
That's that North Allegheny cash, man. They can put that into the high school.
I'm
sports
sure you're about to
see
it all over the place now, though, because one school does it, then everybody tries to do it. But
they need that at Bethel.
Westminster doesn't have anything like that.
Oh, they need that at Bethel Park, Joe. Our gym's crazy, and we. Oh, yeah. It's so nice though. I was so spoiled. I went to Westminster and then I was like playing there, and I'm like, man, I had it good in high school playing at that gym. Unreal.
Oh, the scoreboard on top is really cool.
Yeah,
I shot a playoff game there, and it was really cool. And I thought it was one of the most unique things I ever seen in a high school basketball court.
Oh yeah, it's literally like a mini D1.
Yeah,
gym.
like that's like one of the top courts that I really like in the area. Yeah, like Montour, NA, and Bethel's.
Montour's is nice too. They got the nice rollaway hoops.
Yeah,
they got
Lincoln Park has a really cool one too. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. It's a little bit older.
Yeah,
but it's kind of vintage.
They got a stud on their team. That Malik
and Brendan Cummings too.
Oh yeah, Nelly's little brother. He's real good.
Yeah,
probably the best duo in the Whitfield right now.
Yeah, that's exciting and fun to film. Do you think other news stations will be kind of following suit with KDKA, trying to do like the same type of thing social wise?
I think so. I mean, maybe not. It depends. Like, I mean, we really grew with it, and I just like, you know, it's weird overnight how, you know, we really changed the game for the high school sport kids with KDK and, you know, myself, like with all the videos that we created and everything. Like, I think some people have definitely noticed. And
the following's huge now, man.
Yeah,
like your Instagram alone, and then the KDKA Productions side of it's huge.
Yeah, it's really grown.
Pittsburgh looks for it.
It's really cool to see. Like, I was at a game the other day, and you know, we started putting like these KDK stickers on the walls and stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen it in the video, but like, it's cool to see in other people's videos that's in there, and then people are tagging KDK like, hey, this is the KDK game of the week. Like, it's been great. And, you know, just to see how when I started with KDK to now, like, to see how the growth with people excited for the KDK game of the week, it's really cool to see that. Like, me and my buddy Kel Berger, he's our social media coordinator, so me and him work a lot, and we're just so thankful to see, like, the response that we get from all the kids and the adults for, you know, how excited they are for our games.
Oh, it's huge whenever I think they see somebody in there that's recording, and then they're going to, you know that it's going out to that massive audience that you have, and then KDKA has too. Who heads that? Is it basically just kind of you running it and producing it, or do you have like producers on the other side of that as well?
Yeah, so there's a whole, like, we do a whole radio broadcast of the game that you can listen on air, and I mean they have a producer at in the studio, and then they have a they have a play-by-play commentator. They have you know, there's me on the sidelines videoing, our social media coordinator who just takes videos on his phone. We have a person on, you know, there. If you guys ever came to a football game, though, you would come and see, like, we had this whole setup pregame with John Fetko, who's, like, you know, legendary football, you know, high school football guy. And you just see him live in action, like, pre-gaming, you know, with the on the radio, talking about the game, how excited he is. And he's just, like, you know, fun to watch himself. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into it, you know, my boss and everything behind the scenes, you know, helping us get the things that we need for it and just helping us grow.
Yeah, the production of it's top tier. Like, you could definitely tell that there's a lot of people that are involved in it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for the video side of it, yeah, it's just me, like, with the editing the video, and the recording and editing it. Sometimes I'll have a second shooter to help me out, especially in Heinz Field. It's a huge stadium, so I always need, like, a extra hand or Acrisure.
Do you guys? Do you guys think
I
you'll
still
be?
call it Heinz, but
Me too. I think I'm going to till the day I die too. I'm not switching over.
It's the back. I thought it was just a random pillow.
I thought the same thing when I was sitting there. I
yeah.
turned around and I was like, "Is there a pillow behind me?"
Mine's like pushing me up like a little lumbar type of thing.
That's
got a
funny.
nice posture going.
Yeah, it keeps the posture right.
Right. Do you think, future wise for KDK, they're going to expand it to get more media guys, or is their goals there to grow it?
Oh yeah, there's definitely some goals with me and my buddy who's a coordinator. We've been talking about trying to grow and be able to get more games or something. Being able to reach a larger audience as well. Mm-hmm. It's tough when there's only like one guy, but being able to see those multiple kids like Mekhi Valentine, who just dropped 63 the other night. I wasn't at their game, but we were able to post a graphic saying that he dropped 63 points, kind of somehow being involved there.
Smart. Yeah.
Just
smart.
to, boost him because he just dropped 63 and that's amazing. Like in a high school basketball game, like that's crazy. And also just, help the content as well. And people want to see that type of stuff. They want to see like ESPN, you get updates all the time.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be on top of it all the time. Was there a certain moment in time where it just clicked for you, where you knew you wanted to do media production, photography?
Yeah, so I mean, it really was when I was in high school. I was thinking about like going to college for nursing.
Oh yeah,
so I was like, really, it's a commitment too. And my sister was a nurse, so that's really why I was going to do it. And I knew I'd be able to get a job, but I hated science, and my parents knew I hated like that type of stuff. And when I was in high school, I did broadcast production for the school, and I always created videos. I would actually like go out and do interviews at like different businesses to post on the high school announcements. And my parents said, "Hey, would you be interested? Like, would you think about going to Point Park for broadcasting?" And I thought about it, and I went to Point Park, took a visit, and I really liked it. It was like the only school that I looked at like for broadcasting, and I got to shadow someone from WTAE who my sister knew, and I really liked it. And I was like, I think this is going to be a good fit for me. So I decided to go to Point Park to pursue a career.
And the rest is history.
Yep.
It's worked out good so far. What's the longer term goal, like once you graduate? Have you thought about it a lot, or you kind of just
not
going
really
with the flow?
Yeah, really just going with the flow right now.
It's a good way to do it, honestly.
There's some goal like shooting like an NFL game. That's a goal up there. A lot of goals to go do, but I mean, right now I'm really happy with like what I've been able to do so far. Like really blessed with the opportunities that I've got to see. Got to go to Steelers training camp, Pirate opening day. Some great opportunities.
A lot of big opportunities with them, so it's been cool to watch. And I think I first started following you probably 2020 or 2021. I can't remember honestly. So it's been wild to watch like the last 12 months how big the following's gone. And then even my sister was like a senior in high school like last year, and she's like, "Oh, do you know Ben Tenuta?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of him. Like I haven't met you at that.
Yeah.
I didn't meet you till this fall actually, but." Everybody knew who you were. Like it was at any level of high school sports, so it's pretty cool to see how that's all played out. And it's just a start too. So a lot of future opportunities. Is there any big plans this spring for any sports like outside of basketball, football? I know that's one of our questions. I should probably shout out who it's from.
they wanted a track and field question.
Track and field. I had a lot of
Leslie 22.
Yeah,
you cover track and field.
I had some people reach out to me to shoot some track and field. I was thinking about going to like the Whitfield finals last year.
Yeah.
But I think I just like had something going on that day. But I mean, it's a thought. I do want to get some, explore some different sports and try to do some creative side to it, especially during the spring. It's like kind of like my off time. Like it's like, there's not really a lot going on. Basketball season just ended, but like 7-on-7 stuff's coming up. So you'll see a lot of 7-on-7 stuff and probably football workouts, but I'm going to try to get out there to do some track stuff and then maybe some high school baseball stuff.
Yeah. You've done baseball before, right? Or is that somebody else?
I've really just done the Pirates, and then I shot a baseball game. I think I shot like one baseball game last year, but it was really just photos.
Baseball, I'm sure, could probably be tough sometimes.
Oh, it's tough.
Yeah,
with making the highlights. And
especially
you just
when
have to like predict like what would happen. Basically.
Yeah, the first baseball game I shot, which was like it was like a high school game, and the best thing I got from that game was just a walk-off like hit. Base hit.
That's a really good one because, dude, sometimes like the game could be like 1-0.
Yeah, like it was tied and then it was a walk-off base hit, and I was able to just like post that, and I thought that was cool. And it was like whoever won made the playoffs. So it was a good game to go to. But I did some Pirates pregame videos and stuff. I can't actually video during the game because they own the rights for it. But some pregame stuff like O'Neal Cruz is pretty cool. But Josh, I see you shooting hockey, and I'm like, dude, hockey's got to be so tough.
It's challenging. I think the biggest challenge with it is just with the glass around, because you shoot through the glass. Like if you're on it, it distorts it if you go at like any weird angles. So it's just the way the whole arena's set up. It's kind of tough to get shots, and just I'm still figuring out the works of PPG too, like who gets what photo holes and what spots. But my goal is to get more like on the glass stuff. But a lot of the stuff we've done so far has been from like the top of the first section. And it's turned out good. But yeah, you got to film and kind of just wait it out a lot.
Is the lighting nice in there?
Lighting's nice, but there's so much. It changes so much from like the scoreboard and the graphics on the rims that like it messes up the white balance sometimes.
That will throw it off,
but it is bright as hell. Like I have ISO 100. Like I have to like bump up the f-stop, I think, to cut out some of the light because it's so bright. So that's kind of nice. You can get some good pictures that way. But I like the NFL a lot. That's probably my favorite so far. NHL, I'm still getting the hang of like where to go, what to do. Yeah. And but the football field just easiest getting around.
I feel like the game moves so fast in the NHL too.
It does move fast.
It's got to be going fast.
I mean, especially following the puck, you could barely even follow it whenever you're.
That's
sitting
what I was
there
saying. Like, it's tough.
One of the other challenges too is like, so since we're filming from like that back of that first row, like I'm basically just shooting handheld the whole time, and so you get shaky sometimes, and like if you get like a 2 or 3 minute period of time where like you don't want to like stop recording, so you're just like over there like, oh shit, like this is taking forever. Because I can't really carry around like a monopod. I mean, I guess I could if I wanted to.
Do you use like?
Honestly, I did use it for a little bit this fall for football, and then like Mikey Two Clips, Mike Spinos.
Yeah, he doesn't
even use it now. He just goes and just shoots handheld.
He used to use it.
Yeah, he switched it up, and now he's like, I just shoot handheld, and so I started shooting handheld again. And it was like way easier to track the ball, and I felt like I could get up out of the way fast if I had to, like if there was somebody coming at me. And
he's got that crazy back thing too. I don't know what that is.
He does have that.
That
crazy,
is a serious
multi-rig thing. He uses for the red sometimes. But yeah, hockey's definitely challenging. But I've gotten some good shots. Hopefully the Penguins can get something going here down the stretch. Cause
it's been kind of.
They've lost almost every game I think that I've worked so far, so it makes it kind of tough.
Bad luck charms.
But it's not even like for a lack of scoring either. They score a lot and then they lose like 5 to 6.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing
in overtime, and but it's fun for sure. Something different.
Do you think you can continue with doing the high school shooting after you're done with college?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep doing it until something else comes up. I think. I love covering high school sports, especially now that I know a lot of the guys in high school. Like, being able to see them grow is just really awesome. Like, Quentin Martin, I've known him since he was, like, in 7th grade.
Okay.
He's from the same hometown I am from, Belle Vernon.
Oh, yeah.
And just seeing him grow, and now he's going to be a senior next year, which is insane. I get to see him graduate and play his senior season. But, like, just stories like that, seeing these kids where they go and getting to know them personally, and just it's just great to see where their journey continues.
Yeah, high school sports I think is great too, because it's so like on the personal level you can get with these kids, because it means the world to them. Like, sports is all you know. Like, I'm sure whenever you're playing football, that was literally like your life was just football.
Yeah, like shooting high school sports, like it's like really like it's exciting for me too, because like I'm really like invested into it now, like kind of like it's kind of the storylines in the season, like it's just there's a whole nother level to it for high school compared to college or in the NFL. Like, nothing is like, you'll never play on Friday nights again, but like if you ever play football again and you continue to play, like it's not the same game. If you're in college, it's not the same game. It's NFL, it's not the same game. Like, and I think that there's all aspects of that. So sometimes I'll post a TikTok like high school football over NFL, and like somebody be like, nah, there's no way.
Once you
Honestly,
get that Friday night
the atmosphere,
feeling.
like sometimes the atmosphere at the Friday night games, and like it's obviously a lot smaller than anything NFL or college. It's just something different about it. It's like
different,
a different
like
feeling.
The craziest game I went to this year was the Steel Valley Westinghouse game, and it was City League versus Whitfield. the whole stadium at West Mifflin was packed. Like usually West Mifflin's never packed like that, and just like the chanting of the Westinghouse fans, like it was a really cool atmosphere, and the game was just insane. And like that's something like these kids will never forget. Like they'll go. I mean, no matter where they play, they'll never get to experience that type of experience they had in high school that from that game.
You grow up your whole life, and then you get that Friday night feeling when you come out. It's none other. If you're lucky enough to play, and you feel it. Yet being able to still shoot is you get a little bit of a hit of that still. I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You're kind of working yourself to be like the high school sports goat. We were talking on the way over of, if you had to pick somebody right now that's at the top of their game in Pittsburgh with the media production community, who would you say is your goat right now?
For me?
Yeah, in terms of producing and everything media related.
There's like a lot of goats right now. Man, that list can go on. I feel like a lot of people are still growing. I know a lot of the dudes, like, you guys had Dylan on this past week. He's been doing fantastic with his thing at Pitt and just continues to be great. Woo has been in, it's Woo. Like, Woo's just really good. And I think
he was real good with that branding, too.
Yeah,
it's especially. A
yeah, it's a Woovie. Yeah, like, he's been growing. Logan Douglas, the swingman. He's a guy, too. I mean, I've been invested with his work since, like, I've seen it, like when I was in college, like I was like this freshman in college, I just saw his work and I was just like, wow. And then, Prospect Media, I mean, he's been there doing it for years now. And, Dream Shots, he's been doing it for years now. So I don't know who's the GOAT, but like, I mean, it's just like
the community's
growing.
The community's the GOAT. It's a talent. It's such a talented community. And like, there's so many that are just getting after it. And, it'd be hard to pick one, I feel like. I'd probably lean towards Mikey Two Clips because he just has, like, that free spirit. Like we were talking, he's, like, a free spirit. Like, obviously he was trained in all this and everything, but he kind of, like, does it how he wants to do it. And he's had really cool results with all of his work. And he was just, like, one of the first guys I found from Pitt. He's not even from Pittsburgh, right?
From Johnstown.
Yeah, so he's close by, but... one of the first like Pittsburgh media guys that I was like, wow, like he really does some cool stuff. And then watching him get into like the Juju stuff and the NFL and all that's been cool as well. But talented community for sure. What do you think you enjoy most about what you do at this phase in your life?
Probably the connections I get to make with like all the kids. Like I said before, just seeing their journeys grow is really cool. And then just probably being able to capture moments in history that kids will remember forever is really cool to see too. That's probably my favorite part about doing it all.
Do you like to do anything else other than sports shooting?
Not really. Like I used to like not do anything sports. I used to like be like really interested in like music videos and stuff. Like Cole Bennett, like he was like a goat and inspiration to me when I was like growing up, kind of like seeing his videos. But like besides that, like. Not really. Like I'll shoot some things like for my family, and I get asked to do like weddings sometimes too. But I primarily just stick to sports, and I'll do some things for work.
You to leave, stay away from weddings, as Josh says.
Weddings are long days.
They can be easy money, but long days, and then just the biggest for me was like going back to editing them after. It was just I couldn't get into it.
I shot a concert actually this a couple months ago, like in November, for Y108. It was a country concert at Rivers Casino, and it was really different to shoot, and it was cool to see like Lainey Wilson was there. She just like won a bunch of Grammys.
Yeah,
and good music. I mean, it was pretty good. It was fun to do. It was something different. And then this past week, I actually did a award ceremony for KDK. Which was like it wasn't a game, it wasn't a sport, but it was something different. It was kind of like a wedding almost.
That was you and Bova, right?
Yeah, Bova helped me out too. Yeah,
it was solid.
Those shots
great
at
work,
the beginning
man.
with the trophies was hard. I like that. That was sweet. So I got another IG question here. It's from K. I don't even know what the name is. Keyent _.
Keyent. We'll spell it out.
Shout out.
Yeah. Thank you for the question.
What's one of the best memories you have or best moments you have in your photography career so far? Is there anything that sticks out?
There's been a lot of cool moments. Like I said, like all the opportunities I got to shoot. Shooting McCutcheon's press conference a couple weeks ago was like pretty surreal, to see him come back. And I thought it was really cool to see him when he came back to play the Pirates in Milwaukee, for Milwaukee. when he came back to the Buccos, though, like that was really cool to do. And then I got to shoot Aaron Donald's youth camp this past summer. So like, you know, getting to meet AD and talking to him is really cool as well. And just you know, covering those kids' events is just, like I said, it's just amazing to see those young kids get to interact with an NFL superstar. Who
reached out to you for the AD one? Was it AD giving you a call?
No, it was his like agency group.
Oh, cool.
His marketing rep. She'll reach out to me a couple times, you know, asking for help.
Nice.
And you know, I'll be there for her.
Yeah, of course. If you get to work with AD, man, it'll be.
Yeah, but actually, who really helped me with that, I believe, is 210s, because I do a lot of stuff for 210s. This like it was like, because I did it 2 years in a row, and the year I started, I shot like a Evolve 210s 7-on-7 game, and you know, Dwayne just shared my stuff, and I think she just caught on from it on Twitter or social media, and just that's when she reached out to me. But that's really, like, I think he helped me, and just really advice for other people, just like you never know who you'll meet, and you'll never know like who sees your stuff, and you'll never know who reaches out to you next. Like, you could post, you know, a picture that you don't like, and someone else will like it, and just think, you know, it's an opportunity for you.
Yeah, that's huge. I think that's, I don't know if you've followed Billy from Kansas City, Billy Quack Films. He does for like Let It Fly Media, and he's an NFL guy as well. But that's his thing, just always post your work, even if it gets like one like, or one view. That one view or that one person that's watching could be reaching out to you a week or a month or a year later, and that could change the game. So it's, you just kind of have to just put it out there and not worry about the reaction, and then you never know what could come of it. And that's the beautiful thing about social media too, is how quickly stuff can happen, and you can DM some of your favorite athletes, college athletes, NFL athletes, or creators, and you might not think they're going to respond until they do, and then you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It can change the whole game. So
yeah, when I first started shooting social media, not social media, when I first started shooting like sports, or where I was trying to get into it, and it was like my freshman year of college going into, like, it was like the second semester, and it was like COVID kind of, and I wanted to just like shoot something, and I did a long shot. I DM'd DeMar Hamlin, and actually he responded and said like, yeah, for sure, and actually got to go shoot a workout for him, and like that was a cool moment because he was going into the NFL draft that year, and he was just getting prepared for it. So like, you know, exactly like what you just said, like you can DM anyone you want, and they might not respond, but sometimes they will. And you know, he gave me a chance, and I got to go meet him and shoot a workout video for him, take some photos, and made a connection there. And
yeah, sometimes all you need is that one chance, and
shoot your shot, baby.
Shoot your shot. Exactly. Always shoot your shot.
Always.
You think you like photos or videos better? I think
video.
I know
Yeah. I actually started doing video first. I would like always stay away from photography. Like when I was in high school, I just did video, and then when I got my camera, I just did video. And I didn't get into photos until my sister was like, I need to get engagement photos.
Oh yeah.
And this is like right when I just like got a camera, and I was like, how about you just let me take your engagement photos, and like, well, let's just see how they come out, and you can save a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
So I did it, and I actually liked it. I kind of enjoyed it.
Was your sister happy?
Yeah, she was happy.
All right. That's good.
She always says though, like they're not as good as like all my stuff now.
Well, but you got to start somewhere.
But like exactly, you got to start at somewhere, and learn from there.
Exactly. Yeah, the engagement photos, we just talked about that the other day.
We were. I have a weird opinion on them, but I don't know. That might get me in some water.
We can leave that.
We
can leave that for something for another day.
You got to appreciate the moment. Is my overall opinion on that one, but we'll save that for another day. I mean, it's good for you guys too, because you get another job out of it too, which is I think the engagement photos are probably a little bit better than the wedding shoots. I'd have to imagine.
Oh yeah, it's a lot better, a lot easier.
Yeah.
It could be stressful though if you have to do it like secretly, and like they're not supposed to know you're there.
You're in the bushes.
I had one of those where it was
you got to do one of those.
Yeah, on the point in Pittsburgh. And
just like
it was this past June actually. It was like 80 degrees. There's hundreds of people down there, and the couple they're like, well, I was going through the husband, I guess now, and so they were just like, oh, we'll meet you down there. All right, so we just had to like look through the crowd for like these hundreds of people, and then the spot he wanted to do it, there was people already there, so he kind of like kept walking, and we're like falling behind them, hoping they won't turn around. It was me and my friend Ben. And we ended up getting it done, but it was like stressful for a minute.
Yeah.
So I was like, if we miss it,
She definitely probably was like, "What's going on?"
Because there's 2 random guys with a camera following us.
Circling
Like,
You guys just like acting like you're just shooting, like
yeah,
walking around.
I'd just like take a picture of downtown Pittsburgh, and then I'd be like looking over there.
Yeah,
And it worked out, and but that was a little stressful for sure.
yeah.
Just make sure you get the moment.
I bet. Yeah.
You ever have any super stressful shoots or video shots?
Besides weddings, not really. I feel like
Weddings, I feel like just there's a
weddings
lot
are so
involved.
stressful. Yeah.
Yeah, because you feel like it probably has to be perfect.
Yeah.
If you miss it, you miss it. Like,
Yeah. Sometimes I'll get I'll get nervous about like if it's like such a big moment in a game or something. Maybe I'll get like kind of stressed out. Like, I hope I'm in a good spot. Like, hopefully they come over here. But usually, it kind of ends up, what it is. Like wherever you're at is where you're at.
Right.
you always
yeah.
got to worry about the ref or somebody walking in front of the camera.
That's the
too.
worst. That's the
You're
worst
just
for
like, oh, this
basketball.
is
It's
it.
like there's so many refs.
And there's a lot of people walking around for the basketball games too, because you're indoors.
Yeah, especially if you like sit in the corner, like right by the exit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just like that happened to me last week at Seton LaSalle. I was like, I got to move.
That's a tight
Fun
gym
spot.
too.
It's tight.
Yeah.
It's really tight.
You got any big games planned for the rest of this year that you're going to be attending?
Well, this Friday it's Belvern and Lower Highlands, which is a big rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
Quentin Martin versus Ronnie Gallagher. So it's always a good game. We're going to the Penn Hills Woodland Hills game in a couple weeks, and then we'll be doing playoffs.
Nice.
And then I'll wait up to the championship. So just
Where
like
they
whatever
do-
comes up.
Where are they doing the championship at now?
It's
For
at the
Woodville?
Pete.
Are they're still doing it?
Yeah, it's at the Pete still.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that they switched it over to Peter's gym. Peter's
No, that was the
Township gym.
semifinals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
a lot
makes
of the
sense.
semifinals were played there last year,
Mhm.
which I'm assuming they'll probably do that again.
Yeah.
Because they usually pick like the biggest gyms. And like
Right.
I went to a semifinal game at Bethel Park too.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that they're like using our gym, because for like the longest time we didn't have playoff games in our gym. I mean, it was for whatever reason, I don't know why, but it's like the nicest gym, and
definitely one of the
Whitfield.
best gyms
Yeah.
in the Whitfield.
Peter's kind of like copied the exact. It's like almost the exact same layout.
Yeah.
Same school and everything too. It looks like
It is.
it's very similar, but that's cool. I think you get to see, be around all these big games. It's awesome to be a part of too, and help people. I'm like, it's huge for
People are invested in it.
yeah, for
A lot
that
of
and like
communities.
recruiting. I mean, I can only imagine what it's probably done for some of these kids.
Yeah, like Lower Highlands, like they have the whole like town of like Uniontown, like at their games. When you go to Lower Highlands, you have to buy your ticket before, or they won't let you in. Like
Yeah,
they even if you show up with a camera, your media. I don't know if you're media, but
Yeah.
but like it's like it's packed in that gym. It gets so packed, and even ask Logan Douglas, swingman. He just every week it's packed, and the whole city of Uniontown just goes. And even at the Pete, it was just
oh yeah,
and they
I'm
played
sure.
Newcastle. It was
Oh, yeah.
just,
I'd be curious to see, if high schools start hopping on this trend of bringing guys on as like they're promoting their team, because it's huge for the
and
kids.
it's already kind of started. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of different programs like starting their own social media pages
yeah,
for their individual teams, and it's been really cool to see that too. I mean, I think it's definitely going to grow, and like social media, like it's just a lot of people are learning social media more and more because it's not that old really,
Yeah.
and it's really just changing every day,
yeah,
and it's just going to keep growing.
yeah. I mean, it's huge for the kids too, because they'll have the actual good game footage to use, and then that helps them go play at the next level. Like, you can kind of make a guy look pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen some highlight videos, like even the goofy ones of the guys that are the manager coming off the bench coming in, and they're like the manager's coming in shooting a three, and they're doing a mixtape with the ball like spinning around, or like some crazy transitions. Like, you can make kids look pretty good with some editing, so it can change the game for a lot of people.
Oh yeah. What motivates you to keep going and like put in the work every day? Because you've been grinding.
You got a lot on your plate, man. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
School, that.
probably just like it's been weird because like I started doing like all the TikTok stuff, and like it's really helped me because it grew my page on Instagram and on TikTok, and it's just really the kids that see me. Like when I was at the Whitfield Championship, I had like 4 or 5 kids ask me to take a picture like in the stands, which was awesome for me. Like I just it's blessed to like have kids like really that invested in like my work that they want to like meet me and take a picture with me. So it's probably like those kids seeing my content, getting inspired by my content. I met a kid this past week too, and he asked me to take a picture. He posted a video. he had a camera too at the game, and he posted a video, and it was like he took footage of like the KDK stuff, and he like used the play-by-play somehow. I don't even know how he got the play-by-play, but he like must have screen recorded it. And it was just cool to see like how I inspired him, to create a video like that. And it's definitely the people that are, like my content. It's probably the motivation a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's the community you've built. It's been pretty impressive, and it's a pretty crazy feeling whenever people start recognizing you and like look up to you and like the impact that you can have on like that next generation.
Exactly.
Is there anything specific you would say to like somebody that's like in middle school, high school, maybe coming right out of high school that wants to do that but hasn't really started yet?
I probably just say like pick up your camera and just start shooting stuff. Like literally
Anything.
like shoot everything. Shoot the entire game. Shoot until it doesn't work anymore. Like you're gonna learn so many things down the road. And I mean, you're going to have days where you're like, why is my camera not doing this? How do I do this on Premiere? Why did my whole Premiere just crash?
Oh, yeah.
How did I lose this entire file? It's just all part of the process, and just literally just keep doing it. And you're just going to learn so many things down the road. And just staying consistent. Like, that's my best advice I can give anyone. Like, that's how I've grown my page so well, is just staying so consistent. Just because you never know what's going to do well. Your first video could be your best video. Your next video could be your best video. It doesn't matter how many views you get. Just don't get discouraged on it. And, don't worry about the end goal. Just kind of worry about the process and just enjoy it.
That's big. Enjoy it. One thing I would add too is even if you don't have like the camera like right off the bat, like any camera could work, even if it's your phone.
Yeah.
The iPhone cameras are getting crazy. You can make content with just an iPhone. Like it's a really special time to get into all this, and the future's just so bright for opportunities. But really just get started with anything and then just slowly build, and you can get anywhere with it. It's pretty crazy to see.
Yeah, I started doing videos like my first video I probably ever made was like a video of like me playing Madden or something like on YouTube.
Those are huge too. Like
those videos are big.
It's such a wild concept when you think about people that enjoy watching other people play on YouTube. And I'm at fault too because I enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. I do it too. I literally watch like people playing 2K all the time or something. Like it's
entertaining. It's crazy, but it's like so entertaining.
Yeah. But yeah, just staying consistent is just you never know what's gonna happen next. Like
it's the biggest thing.
Especially now with TikTok, the Reels, like
you get into the algorithm, man.
Yeah, like
you never know.
The whole thing has changed where you can grow your page a lot easier now than you could 5 or 10 years ago. And
it's free too. Like that's the biggest thing. It's just free.
When did you start seeing like the insane growth that you had on your Instagram?
It really started when I posted a reel of Najee Harris at training camp, like stiff arming like a medicine ball. And it literally like blew up. Like NFL picked it up too, posted it on their Instagram, and I was like, this is awesome. Like it's gotta be like the coolest thing I ever did. But like I was really happy about that, but that was like pretty surreal moment. But just like I started posting more of those, and it'd just be like random music, and usually I would like hate the sounds on music on like
those videos.
On the videos. Like sometimes they're like really cringy, sometimes they're like iffy, but then I realized like, they're good stuff to use. Like people Instagram's pushing this stuff. So like it's like they're trending sounds. So I just continue to do that, just using trending sounds and just posting all types of different content in the football. And I try to use like my perspective of football mainly because it's mainly football that really helped me grow, and just kind of using my perspective, like when I played football, what things I think of when I'm playing football. And someone else that really helped me out with this was the Drip King. Shout out to Drip King.
Drip King.
He would like share a lot of my stuff too, and just like would say the most randomest stuff on my videos of like some kid just all dripped out during a game. And
Drip or Skip.
Fill me in. Who's the Drip King?
I honestly didn't even know who he was till like literally 2 weeks ago. So it's funny that you mentioned that.
His name's like Caleb Hamlet. He plays lacrosse at UMass.
Okay.
And he literally just started making videos of like him putting like crazy eye black on his face, and people just like started liking it.
For his lacrosse games?
Yeah, for his like lacrosse games. And he'd be like, how to have drip. And then he'd be like, drip over skill. and like he would just like be insane with it. Like,
so he's being funny with it then.
Yeah, he's being funny with it. Like pretty much, if you have drip, you have no skill. But like you have drip though, so it doesn't matter.
You got drip.
So you're like a D1 athlete because you have drip.
Yeah.
What if you have both? How's he feel about both?
He's like, this is the most insane thing ever when someone has another crazy video that I posted was a North Allegheny punter had like turf tape on him and everything. Like he had everything on, all these accessories, and I was like, I'm gonna get a video of this kid, this is gonna blow up. So I started videoing him punting, and he like responded to the video and he's like, this kid is the worst punter in the league, but he has the best drip and he's the best punter. And then I posted a video of him like running for a first down on a fake punt. I don't know why he like did a fake punt. It was like a random scenario. If you watch the video, you'd be like, why is this a fake punt? They're like in their own end zone. But he's like, no way this kid just got a first down. This is like drip on the next level. And it's, you know what I mean? He's just ridiculous sometimes. But
he does stuff with like Livy.
He does a lot of Livy stuff. I don't know what's going on with,
I don't know either, but I just saw a video yesterday. He was like on a call with her.
So you guys are boys?
Yeah, well, I never really talked to him, but he follows me on TikTok and Instagram, so I really appreciate that. And he shares my stuff, so
that's big.
That is pretty big that he followed me back after all this stuff. I do want to like hit him up one day, maybe do a video, but I'm not sure exactly where he lives. I just know he's up in UMass playing lacrosse, and
is he a drippy lacrosse player? I'm guessing, or is it just?
I think he's actually pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got some talent. He always posted some videos on there. I know nothing about lacrosse though, so I can't really say.
I would imagine
lacrosse is fun though. I recommend like maybe this spring try to go out to a game because it's like hockey, but you don't have to.
I didn't know there was so many Whipple lacrosse teams too.
There is a lot now,
it's absurd.
And like some of them are real good, and there's some intense like hits and.
Like I followed Mount Lebanon, like Barstool, and they post a lot of their lacrosse teams.
They're funny as hell. Whoever is running that account is a legit comedian.
Yeah. And then Central has a lacrosse team too. So like, there's a lot of lacrosse teams. I want to check them out though. I want to do at least like 1 or 2 games.
I think that could be big for you because lacrosse it's just fun to film and like some of those goals. There's a lot of goals usually, so it's action packed. And I
just don't know how kids get into it. Like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's one of those things where one of your friend does it, and then you're like, "Hey, man, you should come play lacrosse." Because I almost did it, but then I was like, "Nah, I'll just play baseball."
Honestly, if I kind of wish I tried it. Like,
it's probably like hockey. Like I don't know a lot of people that play hockey, but like if you play hockey, it's like
it's fun.
Yeah,
it's probably a good time.
It's like one of those ones I feel you got to start at a certain age, or else you're just behind the rest of the time.
Yeah,
and like lacrosse, I feel like there's a lot of skill involved with like the stick and all that stuff.
I'm still thinking about the Mount Lebanon Barstool, like. I mean, whenever I was in high school, man, like we had our student section accounts on Twitter, and we would just get into it.
Yeah,
it would be like legitimate, really funny stuff. And we were talking about that the other day. I was like, there's some actual people on social media that are legit comedians.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
and it's just they're on social media just being comedians.
Half my page, half the day is like all these Barstool pages, like for student section pages, like there's literally just like talking crap, like
some of it gets intense and
it does
sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever feed into that with like the KDK stuff, or like you just like that it's a big rivalry? The student sections were going back at it.
Yeah, sometimes we post stuff like who has the best student section. But we usually give a shirt out every game. So it's like pretty like they get pretty pumped for that. Each week, like who's gonna be the fan of the week. So
is it Whipple only that you guys do too, or do you go out to like D10 or anything like that?
Yeah, it's pretty much Whipple only. Yeah.
That's nice too. You don't got to drive all over the place.
Yeah. Funny part though, Montour, their student section though, last year we were doing a game and they started chanting like game of the week.
Really?
Game of the week. It was like so funny though, but I just reminded me of like their student section.
Yeah. That's a good clip to use for your guys' stuff too.
And
then roll with it.
Yeah.
What do you think? I probably should have looked before this, but what's like the most successful video you posted so far? Like view-wise?
I know for a fact on TikTok, it's like this kid from Central Valley, and he said he's the boomstick. And it's like one of the most randomest interviews that like me and my buddy Dan did. We were trying to get some hype video for the Central Valley versus Aliquippa game. And we were at Central Valley's practice, and we're just like sitting there on the sidelines. just waiting to do some interviews with like the players. And there's this JV player who was like, trying to get me on video, and he was like, he did this interview saying he was the boomstick, and it just blew up on TikTok, got like 3 million views, and Max Preps posted it at some point, and then I don't know if anyone else posted it, but I might post it on Instagram like in a couple like right before football season or something, just to like hype people up. But like
get the crowd.
It was like one of the funniest videos I ever got, and as soon as it happened, I was like, this is gonna blow up. And then the sound I used on it too, I feel like it was just perfect for it. And
I would have lost it if I was behind the camera and recording it.
It was so funny. It was so funny. And then I wanted to do a part 2, so I'm gonna see if I can do a part 2 eventually. But
you should get like a clip of him playing.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Like, get a clip of him
see
playing.
If he's actually the boomstick.
Maybe this season. You never know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, hopefully he put in some work and he's up on varsity now. Yeah, and then he's bringing it.
Yeah, he's a great kid sweet. Though. He's a great kid.
Was there anybody at the beginning of whenever you started this journey that you looked towards for like work or inspiration?
I mentioned him a lot before. His name's Logan Douglas, Swingman. He helped me out a lot with like different lenses I could work with. His like work, his like editing style really inspired me. Same thing with Prospect Media. Like he was really like one of the first people to do like football content in the city. Him and Dream Shots. Yeah, they were just doing a lot of like these weekly recaps on videos and posting clips of kids. So I wanted to dive right into that too. So those are like the 3 guys that really inspired me. And then also 2020 Productions. He's not in Pittsburgh anymore.
Oh yeah,
he's at Georgia Tech. Him. And he was like, when in high school, I was in high school, I think, and I saw one of his videos, and I was like, this is pretty cool. Like, I never seen anything like this before. Mm-hmm. And he's definitely up on that list too.
Yeah, that's huge. Now you're like that guy for people that are looking up towards you, man. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's cool.
It's been a great experience. Meeting new people every week. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm sure. You probably meet hundreds of people at games just trying to come up to you, trying to get on KDKA.
Yeah. Joe, you got anything over there?
You want to hop in, bro? Yeah, come on, hop on, Joe.
Yeah, sure. There we go.
Shout out Bethel Park right here.
Executive producer.
Right on. We got
out of 2020.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of NOLAC up in here.
Yeah, I skipped out on this.
We did.
Just got to show support to the brand.
Yeah,
you really do too, Joe. You got a lot of gear, bro.
I haven't gotten a lot recently, but like, I just haven't had time to get down to the store. Jared's just a good guy. Like, even if I'm not going to get anything from the store, like, I just like going and listening to him. Like, even just seeing the videos on Instagram, and I repost it because I mean, some of the stuff is like kind of inspirational.
So, he's got some deep talks.
Yeah, Ben and I have just sat in there sometimes. We've talked about just like random stuff, and we'll sit there and he'll go for like 30 minutes about just like whatever, about like staying on your grind or stuff like that, and you're just like I walk away and I'll be like, damn, like
I was
like he's right. Like I would go home and think about it. I'm like, yeah, Jared was right. Like you just gotta like stay focused and stuff. And then I see it posted, or he'll just like text me or whatever and just say some stuff, and I'm like, yeah, like
hit you with some real shit. Yeah, he's a deep thinker, man. Yeah. And you could go down to that store and you just bullshit all day. That's the best part about being down there.
Sitting in those red chairs.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I remember seeing you down there. I was so pumped.
I love just sitting out the window. We just sit there and watch. I'm like, what's going on right there? And he goes, yeah, he's there all the time.
Don't make eye contact.
Yeah, it's Southside.
Yeah.
You guys aren't too far from down there, though, aren't you?
No, I'm like, you cross, I'm trying to think of what bridge that is, but I mean, cross the bridge like 5-10 minutes, not even. Mm-hmm. I usually just walk there just because it's a nice walk.
How is your production side been too, man? Like I was joking with Josh, like we literally started making videos on the Hawkeye, and now you're at Point Park, like making really good videos.
I remember I was just telling someone about that the other day. That like the first time I ever had like class with Alex was Hawkeye with Mang.
Yeah,
and every time I think about him,
shout out Mr. Al, man, Mr. Al, great guy.
Doing that, and then doing like the morning news with Mr. K and shooting videos for that. Like the people that I would make videos with in high school that I'm still friends with now, we like talk about the videos and stuff. But I mean, honestly, I really didn't even start getting into the sports stuff until I met Ben, to be honest. And then just doing stuff with Ben, just random YouTube videos. And then, I mean, now Point Park Sports is kind of popping off a little bit, at least men's and women's basketball. So I get stuff out for them. But Yeah, I don't want to say I mowed my stuff off of Ben, but like,
Hey, bro.
I'm trying to be like Ben Tenuta.
Yeah, right.
Appreciate it,
bro. Yeah, I mean, the basketball clips are good, bro. Like,
Yeah.
they're really solid. And not a lot of people, I think, are. I mean, you're obviously doing basketball. I think there's definitely a crowd for it, and people want to join in on it.
Yeah.
So,
especially here in
rolling.
Pittsburgh, like
Yeah.
the basketball scene in Pittsburgh is like not really that big. Especially
No.
like Pitt's had a slumpy past couple years, and now they're starting to come back up. And then Duquesne too, they're starting to play good too again. And even the high school basketball is like kind of slept on a little bit, but we have a lot of good talent in the city.
yeah, it really is. I think it like our overall power in football just amasses in basketball because there's some unreal football teams. I mean, even this past year, you've had a chance to watch it all, which is cool. You can see a lot of those good games. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, and there's been really good basketball teams throughout Pittsburgh too, and it kind of gets overshadowed by football sometimes.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can take the states a little bit and the 6 classifications in basketball.
Right on.
Football year this past football season, I think we only had 2 Whippeal winners in the states.
Who was
Pine
2 winners?
Richland and Bell Vernon.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't think Aliquippa won.
Yeah, Aliquippa fell short.
Yeah. That video that they made prior to their state championship game was unreal. Of Coach,
Coach Warfield.
yeah, couldn't think of his last name, when he was just sitting in the locker room and he was just fired up.
Yeah.
Dude,
It made me want to run.
he fires
through a
his kids
brick
up,
wall.
man. When I go in the locker room and I went right before, I went for the states too, and then I went before their semifinal game against McKeesport.
Yep.
He was fired up and he was just like, play, have fun. Like it was just like it gets you hyped up. Like
ready to go.
And he's such a good dude too, man. Like,
Great
he's,
coach, yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
Like, a great human being. I had the chance to meet him because me and Isaiah used to like work out and stuff, and he would just come in, just like chill, talk to us and everything. But like then you see him flip the script whenever it's football time, and go time. It was awesome seeing that video though.
You know what was really impressive though was Donta Green, Westinghouse head coach. They made it to the state championship this year. It was like the first time in like 20 years.
Yo, yeah, I do
And
remember seeing
his
that.
speech was that really motivated. Like it got me hyped in the locker room before that game, and I thought they had it too. I thought they were gonna win that game versus I can't think of their name right now, SC, but yeah, I mean they fell short in the states, but I mean heck of a season.
Yeah. Were you
Proved
guys up
everyone
there
wrong.
like the whole time backstage or backstage?
Yeah, so
recording?
I was at all the games for the state championship. Actually, I missed the 1A game, the Union game. I missed that one, but I did the other games that the Whippeal was involved. And saw Quip, saw Westinghouse, saw Pine Richland win, and then saw Bell Vernon.
Yeah. So you get to go up. So if the basketball follows suit with the Whippeal going there, you'll be there.
I didn't go last year. We might talk about it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It depends on how many teams make it up there too, especially from the Whippeal. But I'm hoping that we can take a few of those
Take over. Playing against those Phillies teams are kind of tough though sometimes.
Yeah, I wish we had someone in 6A last year to play St. Joe's because Mount Lebanon beat St. Joe's last in 2022.
Yeah.
Or in 2021. So in 2020, this past 2022, it was like Harrisburg versus St. Joe's. So I didn't do that game.
Right.
But I mean, everyone says they're the powerhouse in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some talent in the Whippeal. So
Yeah, there really is. And David at Lebo, he's an unreal coach, man. Being at Bethel, we only beat them one time.
Yeah.
In my whole entire 4 years there. Jeez. And that was my freshman year. I didn't even play, so I hardly even count that. But
yeah.
Unreal. Yeah, he's an unreal coach. I always think back to like the funny story. They played it was Kennedy Catholic, and they had Oscar, Maceo, and I forget who else it was, but Kennedy Catholic was like unreal, and he was getting bitched at for they held the ball like the whole first quarter. I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I mean I get it. Like at the end of the game, they asked him, they're like, why'd you do that and stuff, and he's explained his answer, and then goes to say, they have kids from all over the world. We have kids from Mount Lebanon. I was like, that's pretty funny. I was like, that's a pretty good response.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, one of the hypest things that I saw from that weekend was, Bell Vernon always does this. They turn all their lights off in the locker room, and they play In the Air Tonight before they come out.
That used to be our runout song my senior year.
Yeah, so they would pitch black, just in the air. And I played football, so I did the same thing. So like when they did that, I was just like, chills.
Yeah.
Like,
did you play on the gold field? You had the gold turf.
Yeah, Goldfield. Yeah, The beach.
Beach, yeah.
Is that what it's
that's what they
called?
call it? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Makes
beach.
sense.
Yeah, it's such a. It's like a little slippery, but
The turf.
yeah, it's a little bit slippery. But.
Is Logan still coaching down there? Is this
Frogner?
Yeah, Frogner. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
I played.
that's what-
He was a junior. I played when I was a sophomore when he was a senior,
Okay.
and we won the conference that year. So yeah, he's
There's
a dog.
been some really good football teams throughout Bell Vernon.
Yeah, great
especially
runs.
of recently. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, they just fell short. Like my year, we fell short in the Whitfield Championship. But the past 2 years, they were able to keep it going, and then this year when Whitfield's in states.
Right. What
impressive.
that kid's on the Bell Vernon team right now. What's his name? He's
Quentin
really
Martin?
Quentin Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's he like 5-star or something like that?
5-star.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5-star prospect
You
athlete.
gonna be there for the commitment or
For sure.
commitment speech?
Yeah,
recording?
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do yet, but
He's a senior.
yeah, he will be a senior next year.
Okay.
He's got another
Oh,
year.
so he's still got.
But yeah, so I
another
don't
year.
know what his plan is when he's going to commit, but I'm super excited to see what he does. And
Yeah.
next season's going to be huge. See what Bell Vernon does
Mhm.
after winning Whitfield States.
Yeah. Do you like to try to schedule to go back there as much as possible since the home?
I get a lot of hate too on TikTok and stuff like
For going back?
just going to Bell. Like
Yeah,
there's different
yeah.
places to go than Bell Vernon. But I mean, it's like my hometown. Like it's literally my backyard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they got a great football team, so we always kind of schedule up, with them.
Right.
But yeah, I always get some backlash,
A little hate.
For
a
trying
little
to go
hate.
back.
But I mean, it's tough. It's tough to get everywhere. It's tough to be, especially with school and everything
Especially
going
with
on.
just one dude. Like,
Yeah,
you
like-
need so many.
Especially now that basketball's going on, like it's different. Like it's harder to go to all these different games during the week because there's so many different games like every day. Like there was a whole holiday tournament this past weekend.
That's
so-
why you guys need more people,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
creators.
Grow the crew.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it could definitely be a possibility. I
Oh,
mean,
definitely, yeah.
When you see the amount of traction that you guys have right now, definitely think it could be.
For sure,
in the
for
works.
sure.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much everything question wise that I had.
Yeah, we seriously appreciate
Think
you
of
guys
anything
coming
else?
down.
That's probably it.
Yeah, I appreciate both you guys coming down,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I'm pumped that we could have you guys on. So yeah, thank you for your time, and we're gonna be posting it up and look forward to seeing what you guys do in the future, man. So
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. You guys reaching out and everything to have me on.
Yeah,
Sweet.
absolutely. I think
All
a lot
right.
of people are gonna be excited to watch. So
right
Sure.
on.
episode 17-ish complete.
We out.
Peace.